What will you propose as a congressman to unleash our resources and repair our economy?
Well, it's both what I will do to promote, but also what I will do to block what's being proposed. And by that I mean, first, the cap-and-trade legislation. A piece of legislation that I voted no on because it will cripple our economy and break the backs of not just businesses, but individuals, homeowners. When we voted that bill last summer, Governor Rendell's Democrat appointees to the Public Utilities Commission were in touch with all of us members of the Pennsylvania delegation. Please vote no, because as proposed, it will cost at least 60,000 jobs in Pennsylvania alone and increase utility rates for all by at least 15 to 20% on top of what already was happening. We got to block cap and trade and prevent the EPA from doing through regulation what they can't do currently through law and don't have the authority to do through regulation. And there's a bipartisan group of us working to block the EPA from going forward with what they're trying to do regarding cap and trade or emissions. What we can do to promote independence, economic and energy independence, is open up the resources we have. I was a yes vote in saying we should be allowed to drill in ANWR, Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. 20 million acres set aside, and we are going to touch 2,000 to recover more than 1 million barrels of oil a day, 1/100th of 1%. We need to use ANWR, offshore drilling, oil and gas reserves that are huge. The president surprised many of us and said he's receptive to opening up some of these areas offshore. That's good news. We need it. Oil shale in the far west, renewable energy. We need a comprehensive approach, so it's about American energy, not Saudi Arabia, not Kuwait, not anywhere else, but American energy that will empower our economy and not just benefit the economy, but make us less dependent on the Middle East and less concerned from a national security standpoint and an economic standpoint what goes on there so we can bring our troops home.
Mike, what will you propose as a congressman to unleash our resources and repair our economy?
I'd first like to point out in Todd's previous answer regarding illegal immigration, he said something that caught my attention, and I'm a little slow, but it caught my attention. He said, "This is my district." It's not your district, Todd. It is their district. It is our district. It is the people that live in the 19th district. That's whose district it is, and that's the attitude that we find in Washington virtually every day. Regarding the economy, this is probably a subject I could speak on all night long, but I won't. Troy Miller suggested we should make Pennsylvania a business-friendly state. I would suggest that we should make the United States a business-friendly country where employers and workers can reap the benefits of their hard work. We need to address the tax code. We need to address labor law. We need to address environmental law. There are so many issues that we need to address. I'm not sure where to start. Todd suggests that drilling in ANWR is a good idea, and he's right. But while there was a Republican in the White House for 8 years, we were unsuccessful. No, they were unsuccessful at getting that legislation passed. I'm happy that President Obama has now stepped forward and said, I support drilling offshore in certain parts of the United States. I think it's a great thing. I think what we have in Pennsylvania, we have a tremendous amount of natural resources in Pennsylvania. We need to take advantage of that, but we need the government to get out of the way, enabling us to take advantage of those resources. Thank you.
Todd, 1 minute rebuttal.
Thank you. I'm honored to serve my constituents day in and day out. And the facts are that Governor Bush actually opened up the Outer Continental Shelf before he left office. It was the current administration that then, in essence, closed it by delaying any of the permits, and now, a year and a half later, is looking for some good issues to run on for their colleagues on the House side, and now is coming back and reopening them. Also, in the House, we passed opening up ANWR in the House. It was the Democrats who blocked it with filibuster in the Senate. So the House Republicans actually did pass energy reform, opening up huge resources, and it was the Democrats in the Senate. So again, I'm going to just conclude here with my time just to say I'm running for the privilege of serving you. I'm not running against Mike Smeltzer. We're not enemies. We're not opponents. I'm running for the privilege of serving you, and I will conduct myself to be worthy of your trust, not just in serving you in office, but in how I conduct my campaign as well.
Mike, 1 minute rebuttal.
Once again, this issue is a very, very simple issue in that the economy of the United States deserves to be addressed with special care and attention. We need the members of Congress, we need the White House to embrace those that create jobs in this country. I've had the opportunity in my life to create as many as 4,000 jobs as an employer. It was a very proud moment when I was able to put my name on the front of the paycheck with great pride, enabling our employees to sign the back of the paycheck with the same level of pride. We need to rise up that pride once again for Americans, both workers and employers, and get the economy moving forward.